Hello, dear students. Today we are going to read chapter number 4 of your book First Flight. So, before reading the chapter, I want you put some questions. In your previous classes, you have been reading about diary entries. What are their formats? Why are they written? Everything you have been reading about them. So, just think about it once. Why do people write a diary? Pause the video here and think of the possible answers. Here are some possible answers according to me. There can be many other answers according to your personal opinion, but here are some of the general ones. First of all, to keep a record of everything that happens in everyday life. Like people are in the habit of writing every day, writing their diaries every day of everyday happenings in their life. It helps them to keep a record. Then secondly, people may write a diary to express their thoughts and opinions. Thoughts can be negative, thoughts can be positive. And they may express their opinions in their diaries. Maybe those opinions which they are not able to share with other people, which they are unable to express in front of others. Then thirdly, to keep their memories safe, to keep their memories intact. For example, in the future, if they want to refer back to some of their memory, any of their memories, then they can pick up their diary and they can read them. Then it acts as a therapy for people. Of course, diary writing acts as a therapy for people. They can give a release to their frustrations, anger in their diaries. They can write anything they want to. They can write anything they feel. If they are feeling negative, if they are feeling depressed, they can write it down in their diaries. And this acts as a therapy for them. This works as a therapy on them. It's a psychological therapy, you can say. Then, to appreciate their successes and assess their mistakes. Of course, when people write down about their everyday happenings, and their everyday happenings include their successes also, they include their mistakes also. So whenever they want to count on their achievements, they can refer to their diary, and whenever they want to learn from their past mistakes, they can read them in their diary, like what mistakes they committed in the past life. So all in all, diary writing, according to me, is a good habit. And I think I suggest all of you should develop this habit of writing a diary, of writing your everyday occurrences in your diary. So our today's chapter is somewhere related to this diary writing only. The chapter is from the diary of Anne Frank, which is written by Anne Frank herself. This is the chapter number 4 in your book First Flight. Let's read about Anne Frank first. Anneliese Marie Anne Frank, full name. So she was born on 12th of June 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany. She was a German-born diary writer who belonged to a Jewish family who had the Jewish origin. And she was also a victim of World War II Holocaust. Holocaust means a large-scale destruction. Then she gained fame posthumously. Posthumously means after her death she gained fame. She gained fame with the publication of her book, The Diary of a Young Girl, in which she documents her life in hiding from 1942 to 1944. For the 2 years she was, hidden with her family, somewhere in the office of her father, when the Germany occupied Netherlands in World War II. So in those moments, in those times, she wrote this diary, this book. Then the Diary of a Young Girl has been published in 67 languages. Basically, originally it was written in Dutch language. Then countless editions and many screen and stage adaptations of this book have been created worldwide. Many plays have been made on this book worldwide. Then finally and unfortunately she died in February or around March in 1945, and she died at the age of 15 only. Here are some learning outcomes of your chapter. So after reading the chapter, what I expect is you should be able to tell all the facts about Anne's life. Then you should be able to summarize all the details of the story in your own language. Then you should be able to compare Anne Frank's classroom with your own classroom. Like what occurrences, happened in her classroom, they are quite relatable. Then you should be able to develop a habit of maintaining a diary to give a vent to your thoughts and emotions in your life. So this is the activity which you need to do before reading the chapter. You need to write the answers in your notebook. Here are some terms given under the column A, the terms we use to describe a written record of personal experience. You need to match them with their right definitions under the column B. You can use a dictionary also, there is no problem. So after using dictionary or after finding it out on your own, you need to write down the answers in your notebook. So before we start the chapter, we need to understand some background information about Anne Frank. Anne Frank was a German-born Jewish girl, we have already read that, who wrote while in hiding with her family and 4 friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. So as I told you, she was into a hiding place. She had hidden herself with her family during the World War II. So her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany, but her family was trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands also. So as persecutions means ill treatment of the Nazis towards Jewish people. Then as persecutions against the Jewish population specifically increased. So what her family did, the family went into hiding. The family hid itself in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father's office building. So after 2 years in hiding, so the whole family, was in the hiding place in her father's office building for almost 2 years. So after 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and they were transported to the concentration camps. The concentration camps were the camps created by Nazis during World War II, where they used to keep the political prisoners or people of minority groups. They used to imprison them in a small area with less facilities in order to harass them. That's it. So her family was shifted to concentration camp, where Anne died of typhus. Typhus is a disease. In Bergen-Belsen. Bergen-Belsen was the name of the concentration camp. So after that, her father Otto was the only survivor of the group. Her whole family was, dead in the World War. Only her father survived, and after the war was over, he returned to Amsterdam, and he found that Anne's diary was totally safe, and he got that diary published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. And this diary was given to Anne Frank on her 13th birthday as a gift. And this diary records the events of her life from 12 June 1942 to 1st of August 1944. This whole diary has all the events of her life from this date to 1st August. Let's talk about the chapter now. Now this chapter, your chapter from the diary of Anne Frank, is a short excerpt from Anne Frank's The Diary of a Young Girl. So this is a small extract from the big book of Anne Frank. This chapter is also a record of Anne's opinion about different people around her and life in general. The chapter also gives us an insight into her own nature, into Anne's nature, basic nature, and her ability to write creatively, how well she writes. The theme and the message. Again, it's a peep into the mind of an adolescent girl, what she writes in her diary, what she thinks about the people around her. All of these things are mentioned in her diary. It describes the honest expressions of a teenager. Then, the message given by the chapter is a diary can be one's true friend, as one can express one's feelings freely in a diary and get rid of a lot of mental stress and negativity and burden. Then, one more message that is given by the chapter is teachers should discipline their students. Fine, it is important for the teachers to discipline their students, but they should also allow them to retain their individuality. They should also allow them to maintain their identity. Here are the characters of the chapter. Basically, there are two characters in the chapter. First is Anne Frank and second is Mr. Keesing. But I have mentioned the other two names as well because Anne Frank has mentioned their names, mentioned about them in the chapter. That is why I have taken up the other two names. So basically, Anne Frank, you know about Anne Frank. We have already read about her, 13 years old Jewish girl who writes a diary while she is in hiding. Then Mr. Keesing is Anne Frank's maths teacher. Then there is Margot Frank. She is Anne's elder sister. Then Otto Frank is Anne's father. He is a Jewish businessman. Then the story in detail. First of all, Anne considers diary writing to be a strange experience. Now, why she considers diary writing a strange experience? There are two reasons. First, she has never written a diary earlier. Second, she thinks that no one would like to read the thoughts of a teenager. Not even she herself would like to read her thoughts. So these are the two reasons. But still she feels a great need. She feels an inner compulsion to write a diary. She believes that a diary is just like a sincere and true friend to whom one can express one's thoughts. Although she has a good number of friendly people around her, like her family, her 30 other friendly people, but she can talk to them about ordinary things only. The problem is this: she cannot share her secrets with all of them. She needs some close friend, some true friend to share her feelings with. But unluckily, she does not have any true friend with whom she can share all her things, all her problems. So, and this is due to her reserved nature. Because she is an introvert, this is why she does not have any true friend, and this is also the basic reason why she decides to write a diary. This is the basic reason prompted her to write a diary. So she finds a real friend in a diary. Moreover, she also believes that paper has more patience than people. She believes that on paper one can pour out his or her emotions in any way. One can write whatever one wants to write in a paper. Paper is quite reliable, more than the persons. So she decides to write a diary and calls this friend Kitty, calls her diary Kitty. And according to her, Kitty is an imaginary long awaited friend for whom she has been waiting since long. So before she tells us about her diary, she feels that a brief sketch of her life is important to mention for an understanding of her stories given in the diary. She feels that if she starts writing straight away, so nobody will understand her thoughts. So she gives a brief sketch of her life before. She called her father the most adorable person. For her, her father was an excellent father. He was 36 years old when he married her mother, her mother, who was just 25 years old at the time of her marriage. Then she had an elder sister, Margot, who was born in Germany in 1926, whereas she herself was born on 12th of June 1929. Then her parents emigrated to Holland. They shifted to Holland in September 1933, while she and her sister were sent to Aachen to stay with their grandmother. Aachen is a city in Germany. So both the sisters were sent there to stay with their grandmother. But then later in December, Margot joined her parents in Holland, and Anne joined her parents in Holland in February on Margot's birthday. Then in Holland, Anne Frank was sent to a Montessori nursery school where her headmistress was Mrs. Cuperus, who was her teacher as well, with whom she had a strong bond. She had a strong connection with her teacher. Both had a tearful farewell at the end of the year. Then Anne had a great love for her grandmother. She loved her grandmother very much. Her grandmother fell ill in the summer of 1941. She had to undergo some operation. So in that year, Anne could not celebrate her birthday properly. But unfortunately, in 1942 January, her grandmother took her last breath, and Anne lit a candle in her memory on her own birthday that year. So this was all about her life, a brief sketch of her life. Now starts the account of her classroom experiences, which she mentioned in her diary. The date is June 20th, 1942. She addresses her diary as Dearest Kitty. You can see on the right hand side, I have mentioned a few lines from the chapter. So she calls her diary, she addresses her diary as Dearest Kitty. Because she considers her diary as her friend, so she is talking directly. The written thing is quite interactive in the diary. She is talking about her class in the school. Her entire class was terrified and nervous. Why? Because the results were round the corner. The whole class did not know whether they would enter the next class or not. There was a meeting going to happen between the teachers, among the teachers, regarding the results. So everyone was quite nervous. Some of the students had even done the bettings on their results. They had even used their entire holiday savings on betting. Then Annie felt that, according to Annie, there were about a quarter of students in her class who were totally dumb, who were totally useless, and they should be kept back. But it was difficult to predict the decision of the teachers. But according to Anne, it was difficult to say what the teachers decide, what criteria is followed in order to give the results. So, see, I have quoted the lines here. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So here we get to know that Annie did not say anything for the sake of saying only. She thought carefully and then she spoke. She analyzed the situation and then she expressed her situation. Then she was quite certain about herself. For her, as far as she is concerned, she was quite sure about herself, her results, and she was also sure about all her friends that all of them were going to the next grade. But she was just a bit doubtful, a bit skeptical about mathematics. She was not sure about it. Then in the similar way, all the students had been encouraging in the class. They had been motivating each other regarding the results because the results were approaching. See the dialogues from the chapter. You are going to pass? No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. So you people can also relate to such dialogues because all of you are in the habit of speaking these dialogues whenever the results are about to be announced. So this is quite a relatable thing for you. Then let's talk about Mr. Keesing now. Anne was quite friendly with all her teachers. leaving aside Mr. Keesing. Mr. Keesing, who was her maths teacher. Mr. Keesing always remained angry with her due to her excessive talkative nature. She used to talk a lot. Even Mr. Keesing warned her a lot of times, constantly, but all in vain. She could not change herself. Then finally, Mr. Keesing punished her by assigning an extra homework of writing an essay on a chatterbox. Of course, chatterbox here was referred to Anne only because she used to chat a lot. Then, initially, Anne Frank was unable to understand what she could write in the essay. Then she thought that instead of writing uselessly or aimlessly, she should write something meaningful. So she decided to write 3 pages of convincing arguments for being a chatterbox, like why she was a chatterbox. Then first argument she put was, talking was a natural feature of a student, according to her. It comes naturally to a student. Then she also mentioned that she inherited this trait of talking from her mother, who also had the same habit of talking a lot. So according to her, the habit was difficult to change, but still she wrote in the essay that she would try to change this habit of hers. When Mr. Keesing read this essay, he had a good laugh. He laughed a lot. Then Anne started talking again through the next lesson. But again she was given another essay as a punishment on the topic, an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means which cannot be corrected. She wrote the essay and Mr. Keesing did not say anything for the next 2 lessons. But during the 3rd lesson, when Mr. Keesing observed that Anne could not change her habit, he lost his patience and he asked her to write an essay on quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. When the whole class heard about the topic, they laughed a lot. Even Anne herself laughed a lot at the topic. Initially, she could not think of the new ideas on the topic because she had used all her ideas in her previous essays. So, one of her friends, San, offered her help. She was good at writing poetry, so she offered to write the essay in poetry. So, with her help, Anne wrote the whole essay into a poem, and she was sure to make it a joke on Mr. Keesing. She wanted to play it as a joke on Mr. Keesing, who was making her write on ridiculous topics. But actually Mr. Keesing made her write on such topics because he wanted to channelize her energy. He was just finding out some unusual, some unique methods to improve upon her habit, to get rid of this habit. Then the poem turned out to be a beautiful one. When she wrote a poem, it was a beautiful one. The poem was about a mother duck and the father swan who had 3 baby ducklings. The 3 baby ducklings quacked all the time, due to which the father swan got angry and he bit them to death. Now obviously the joke was on Mr. Keesing. She was relating Mr. Keesing to the father swan, who was irritating her continuously for her talkative nature. So this was a joke definitely on Mr. Keesing, but Mr. Keesing took the joke in the right way. He read the poem to the whole class and several other classes, adding his own comments, and after that he did not bother Anne for talking. He did not stop her from talking in the class. And finally Anne was not even given any extra homework, and Mr. Keesing was also a changed man since then, and he always cracked jokes in the classes. So this shows a good relationship between a teacher and a student as well. How a teacher tried to improve upon a child, and how a student responded to the teacher, and how all of these things ended up. That was all about the chapter. Here is some glossary for you to consult while reading the chapter. Again, you need to read the chapter thoroughly, and you have to write all the meanings on your book with your pencils. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.